Hi, everybody. So we got some breaking news. I'm here with Rob Placone, by the way.
Howdy, howdy.
All right. This just happened. We live in a surveillance state. The government is breaking the Constitution by spying on us. So they have every text, email, and phone call you make. And because NSA whistleblower William Binney on our show told us that there's a way for them to collect metadata without violating your constitutional rights or your privacy. They don't want that one. They got rid of that one, and they got a more expensive one that violates the Constitution and your rights. And the Democrats go right along with the surveillance state. They say that Trump is such an existential threat that we have to give him unbelievable powers to spy on everybody. So those two things don't go together. So when here's the story. Warrantless spying bill advances in Senate as deadline nears. That's from January 16th, 2018, 4:07 p.m. The Senate advanced legislation Tuesday to extend the government's authority to spy on suspected foreign terrorist communications, setting up a vote for final passage before the program is set to expire Friday night. The bill, which moved forward on a 60-38 vote, would reauthorize Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act through 2023, allowing the National Security Agency to continue intercepting calls and emails from possible foreign terrorists without a court warrant. Opponents led by Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky and Democratic Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon introduced an amendment that would impose stricter privacy protections when law enforcement agencies query the FISA database for communications involving Americans. At the very least, there ought to be a warrant to search for an American in the database, said Rand Paul at a news conference hours before the vote on the bill. Wyden said the amendment has bipartisan support because we strongly oppose an end run on our Constitution. So they're saying, hey, you want to go after all this stuff that you got on American citizens that you already collected? There at least ought to be you have to get a warrant to go look at some stuff over so they collect all your data. And they say, oh, it's only if you're talking to foreign people. Anyway, they collect all your data, and then if they want to go see it, they're saying, well, you need to get a warrant to go see the data that you collected in bulk. No, our government now is saying, no, you don't need one. We're going to collect that data in bulk, and you don't need a warrant. So you don't have any privacy. Here, get this. The vote initially appeared in jeopardy as leadership hovered below the 60-vote threshold needed for more than an hour. We almost got our Constitution back. We came close. But what happened? Well, Senator Claire McCaskill, Democrat from Missouri, showed up after 7 p.m. and voted yes, giving leadership their 60th vote.
Sorry I'm late, guys.
Sorry I'm late.
I know what I'm here to do.
Yeah. So it was Harry Truman who dropped an atomic bomb on Japan from Missouri. Harry Truman from Missouri. And it was Claire McCaskill from Missouri who dropped an atomic bomb on the Constitution. One more last thing. Overcoming the procedural hurdle clears the way for a final vote as soon as Wednesday. So when you're watching this video, it might have already happened, the final vote on Wednesday. So your government is not working for... No one wants this. People don't want this. People don't want to live in a surveillance state, no matter how much you scare them. You know, the terrorists they have knives. They can cut your neck off. What the fuck? They have knives? They'll cut your head off. Oh, they have knives. My neighbor has a shotgun. They have knives, ISIS. They'll cut your head off. They have knives. You guys, they have knives. So that's why we do this, because ISIS has knives. That's why we're doing this. Because ISIS has knives and they'll cut your head off. Can't ISIS just use good Christian bombs that made in a good Christian factory that when they explode, they don't, they hug you to death.
Yeah, they just hug you,
So there you go. Way to go, Claire McCaskill. More Democrats. Mick resistance. They just gave Trump, you can't fucking die.
The guy that they call a traitor all the time, the guy they call treasonous, the guy that brags about going into locker rooms, they just gave him that extended power.
The guy who they say is, he shouldn't have the nuclear button, but he should have the button to see whatever the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
And why is it important? Because when you want to stand up against authority, that's how they can wreck you. Look what they did to Martin Luther King. They tapped him. They had recordings. They sent it to his wife. They tried to get him to commit suicide. That's what the FBI does, by the way. People forget that. And now Barack Obama gave that power to the CIA to get access to all that spy information on you. He gave that to Trump. See how I popped that P? I'm very sad. And the Democrats aren't changing. And Cory Booker yelled today, I guess, in Congress. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
People are talking. He yelled at someone today. The Democrats are phonies. They're phonies. They're fakers and phonies. And I don't know if there's change. Bernie Sanders is going to run as a goddamn Democrat. Bernie Sanders voted against this. Bernie, you're not one of them. Bernie, you're not one of them. You got to run as a third party. We got to destroy the Democrats. I just don't think he's going to do it. Get ready for more surveillance state. Get ready for more war. Get ready for more neoliberalism. Please make sure you're subscribed and click the bell so we'll send you a notice when we drop a new video. Please become our patron if you can. Help support independent media. We give you lots of extra content every week. And come see our live show, February 16th. That's a Friday, our next live show in Burbank, California. Thanks for your support.